What's going on, everyone? Today we get to dive back into one of my absolute favorite lists that we've played in the past, the infinite value train that Qui-Gon is, with a few fun additions, very similar to the Avar Yellow list. Before we get started and play some absolutely sweet games with this amazing combination of cards, a huge thank you to my patrons over on Patreon, guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and making more videos and streams possible. Just the other day, we did a full community voted tier list, which was a ton of fun. So check out the streams on Saturdays if you can. What are we doing with Qui-Gon Green? Well, for those of you that have been watching for a while, as soon as we had some Force cards in the meta with Qui-Gon and the full set release, I immediately wanted to play some Qui-Gon Bouncy House here, where we could go ahead and kind of reset and reuse Yoda and Caloran back. That's kind of the highlight of the deck, is when you do get to that late game, you can start bouncing Yoda, trigger Yoda, play Caloran back, get the Caloran back trigger, replay Yoda next turn, get the heal, trigger it again with the damage, and it just kind of goes insane. The late game potential on this deck is out of this world. Of course, the difficult part about that is getting them. Now, we do have some ambushers in space, like smugglers, blue ace, that type of stuff to go ahead and kind of leverage, and blue leader as well. Leverage the ability to kind of mess around with their space arena. We've got some ground units to kind of interact with our game plan. Lieutenant Gorn's really good against the Landos. Ahsoka is good at discarding. Those are just good cards to kind of bounce some of the higher cost units. We got Depa as another ambusher, Bladewing as a bounce effect. We also have some early units that have the Force tag, Youngling Padawan, Jedi Consular, Gunji, Obi-Wan, all of which to generate the Force for us, that we could potentially do our thing later on in the game. Qui-Gon is a little bit of a Sentinel. Commandeer is an absolutely amazing card in this list, just as a way to basically go about and steal your opponent's unit, and then, well, bounce it with our ability so we can potentially get a free play as well. That is a really, really powerful kind of 1-2 punch. And then to top it all off, and this is kind of the newer additions, we got Max Rebo package. So we got Max Rebo and Max Rebo Band to go ahead and create some credit tokens, or go ahead and give us some additional resources so that we can get to Yoda and Caloran back quicker. Even though our opponent can also deploy a bunch of things after we get Max Rebo down, the idea is if we get Yoda down, we are winning the game. And it's pretty common that when we do get Yoda down, that is the case. We get Yoda down, boom, we heal 5, we have to kill something. Then if we have the Force after that, or we can generate the Force after that, we are then able to bounce Yoda, play Caloran back, or Qui-Gon, or another ambusher, but then also trigger Yoda a second time to kill something else. So yeah, once we get to that late game, and there's no stopping us. So let's see if we can get there and get into some game. All right. Well, funnily enough, we've got a pretty close to basically a mirror match. I actually kind of like this curve out. I think I'm going to resource the Qui-Gon, even though Qui-Gon and in general, this game's going to go pretty late. I think Qui-Gon's going to be useful. I do want to kind of preserve this 2-3-4, but I definitely can't resource this Yoda. It's going to be kind of the... All right, that does put a wrench in things for sure. In terms of, what the best play my opponent can have, that is it right there. That is what they want. No doubt about it. That is what they want. They could put a 5-drop into play. Blue leader could potentially come down and kill my Youngling Padawan. I mean, that is very good for them as well, because that means that they can preserve their overall, Jedi Consular here. And that's going to be tricky for us to kind of deal with. Do I want to get rid of one of these Ahsokas? I don't think so. I don't feel like I want to. Let's just go Ahsoka here. If they only have units, then we do get to be able to discard or exhaust the Jedi Consular, which would be relevant. Not a terrible start. Wow, they're discarding Yoda. I mean, maybe they have a different read on the game, but generally these matchups go pretty late. You kind of do want your big haymakers here. You got Jin. Cool. I mean, I'm just gonna claim here. I'm kind of okay with just chilling. I mean, I can get Caloran Beck down next turn, which I don't mind. We can hit into Qui-Gon with the Ahsoka. They discarded Kelleran Beck. Wow. Very, very interesting read on the game. To be honest, I don't feel like damage is really going to be like a relevant component to this game. And we're far above them. Oh, they didn't resource. They must have messed up. Yeah, I mean, even if they did, they'd be on Kelleran Beck resources, which we could, but we're going to be able to deploy Yoda next turn and knock out a unit here, and then we could just kind of replay Yoda over and over and over and over again, which is kind of the ideal circumstance for the game. And in fact, if I have nothing else here, and I play nothing here, okay, they just conceded. Here's the thing. Even though my opponent messed up here, I think the fact that they're discarding Yoda and Kelleran Beck means that we were just going to win this game, like, hands down. I mean, if you think about what's going to happen next turn, no matter what happens here, even if they play a Kelleran Beck, because they would have had 5 resources, we go Yoda, kill Kelleran Beck, and then we can immediately attack and bounce the Yoda, play Kelleran Beck of our own, and then just replay Yoda every single turn thereafter, just killing off units. It's 2 units killed a turn. It's just going to get oppressive. And, the way my opponent fights back is their own Yodas and Kelleran Becks, but they discarded 2, 1 of each, which means they probably have a copy in hand, but, you go through them pretty quickly in this matchup. And it is a pretty late game matchup, so good game. Alrighty, next matchup, we've got ourselves the Obi-Wan, resource the Amidala, Gungi. I'm actually gonna keep the Gungi. Normally Youngling Padawan, I actually just prefer, but in this particular game, I actually do like the Gungi because what happens is exactly what's going to happen here, which is they can attack base, put an experience token on something, and then kill my Youngling Padawan in a single attack, which is not as exciting nearly as, playing Gungi here, being able to generate the Force and then potentially survive another hit here. Max Rebo Band coming down. I like that. We can potentially go Queen Amidala here, bounce that to create a couple spy tokens, and then they got nothing. Wow. Okay. I mean, like I said, we can go Queen Amidala this turn. Okay, Shatterpoint's not too big of a deal. Let's hit the Gungi here. They can't use... Yeah, I mean, this is really good for us. We're going to go Queen Amidala. I'm going to use a credit. And then we could put Qui-Gon into play. We will discard Lieutenant Gorn. Wow, I mean, this is great for us. And now we could go Amidala plus Ahsoka. So now what we've done is we've got 2 spy tokens plus a Sentinel to protect them. So now we actually have full control over what we're going to do with them. This is a great start for us. Shatterpoint, do nothing, turn 2. Shatterpoint on my Max Rebo Band. And we kind of did what we needed to do with Max Rebo Band. Let's just say that. So I'm loving our spot. Yeah, Blue Leader's fine. Blue Leader's totally fine. But, I mean, here's the thing. We get to hit their Blue Leader here. Knock it out. So Blue Leader doesn't do a crazy amount. We get to hit Gungi here. Generate the Force for us again. And then we can play Queen Amidala again, and then bounce it to play Ahsoka, which we will absolutely do. Pretty sweet sequence here. They didn't even attack with the Obi-Wan. Max Rebo Band. I mean, we've got the Ahsoka, got Queen Amidala. I don't think the Max Rebo Band's gonna be all that relevant. I'm very much liking our spot, though, here. Very much so. Okay. Let's just start off with, what? Queen Amidala. A lot of spy tokens, See if my opponent decides to attack at all with the Obi-Wan or Gungi. Yoda's lightsaber. Oh, okay. See, this not necessarily ideal for them because they use the Force to heal, but now Chirrut gets to get hit for a little bit of damage here, which is going to be pretty relevant. And then now, okay, they're going to hit base, put experience on Chirrut. Okay. So now we're going to return the I guess let's return the Queen Amidala. I know this this causes us to defeat one of the Ahsokas, but you know, now, oh, great. This is exactly what we wanted. Perfect. So now we kill, or we hit the Chirrut, which is fine. And then we can kill. Yeah, I think we just do this. And then we pass. And now, I mean, now we've got a lot of 7-drops. Got a lot of 7-drops. So we can knock out. Oh, yeah, they wanted to do something different. Opponent kind of going crazy over here. So, I mean, the damage to base is not relevant here. We've got a million ways to gain life with the Yoda in our deck. We've got a great hand to combat what's happening right now. I mean, here we just hit the Gunji, and then whatever they play here, we can knock out with Qui-Gon, bounce the Qui-Gon, potentially, if we wanted to go that path. Oh, yeah, we're just going to go Qui-Gon. This is fine. Cool. And then, you know, honestly, I don't feel like we need to bounce anything. I think I'd rather have the ability to bounce something here and now. Yeah, so we got Kelleran Beck. We can grab Jedi Consular, seems fine. It's a way to use the Force. Constructed lightsaber. Okay. Well, my opponent is going very, very hard on the on these Chirruts and upgrades. Let's just go ahead and bounce the Kelleran Beck. We'll play Depa, trigger, hit the Chirrut, get the Force back. Sure. Then we deploy Qui-Gon. We hit, we bounce this. We play Queen Amidala. We pass. Can resource the Max Rebo. Don't really care about that. Rent attack, knock out Qui-Gon. That's fine. Qui-Gon doesn't really matter at this point. Now we go Kelleran Beck. We can grab, you know, I guess Obi-Wan seems reasonable. Let's go ahead and give an experience to Queen Amidala. Let's attack. Attack, pass. Got double Depa. We've got Max Rebo. Keeping the Commandeer in case they decide to go into space with like a blue leader or something. But yeah, I mean, this game's completely over. Yeah. My opponent just had a bad start. You know, Shatterpoint on your Max Rebo band is really not what you want to see. And also passing on turn 2. Ugh. All right, into the next game here. You know, I don't feel like we're going to find ourselves up against a lot of space units here. I'll play Gunji first. All right, Blade Wing, Commandeer. Again, I don't think we're going to be fighting a lot of space units. I will hit Leppy Lookout here since, yeah, I assume my opponent's going to do that. Now we just drop in Jedi Consular because now we've already generated the Force. And all right, let's see what they decide to do here. I assume they're just going to give Shield Token. Oh, they did not. Ooh, what a great draw here. Depa from our hand, generate the Force, kill off your unit, sure. We can even bounce this to go with Obi-Wan here. Bounce to go Obi-Wan. So double Lats is good for them, but I'm liking our spot in this game for sure. Yeah, seems reasonable to me. You know, I think I'm just gonna. I think I might just claim. Because Depa just kills the Hana here. And it gives a Sentinel to Obi-Wan. Yeah, and then we could bounce it for Queen Amidala action. This is fine. Queen Amidala comes down. We can claim here. Blade Wing, Yoda, Depa. I mean, we've got an embarrassment of riches here. We will hit, defeat a spy token. They can hit in for 7 or a lot more. Okay, we're just going to go Deppa here, knock out Saw Gerrera. That's fine. No need to take a bunch of damage here. I mean, I don't know what my opponent's going to do. I mean, this is like game over, game over. You know, we're going to have... Again, I don't need to... It seems weird, but I really, really don't care to deploy Yoda at this stage of the game. I'd rather have the ability to trigger Yoda twice in a single turn with the Force on Qui-Gon, and I don't think they're going to be able to kill Qui-Gon anytime soon. So, yeah, I mean, this game is a complete wrap. It is a complete wrap at this point. We're 8 resources, Yoda, Force, game's over. Basically, how this game or these matchups go, you know, if you get to the 8 resources with the Force up and in this kind of situation where you're not like super pressed for damage on base, you're gonna find a hard time to lose, to be honest. Opponent just sitting, doing nothing, I guess. We'll wait out the clock, see what's gonna go on, but they might have just rage quit because, yeah, I mean, the game is over, my friends. The game is over. Sure enough, they rage quit, so timed out. Let's jump back into the next game. Got ourselves an Obi-Wan Blue again here. Let's see what we can do against this. Okay, no turn 1 play. I'm going to mulligan. Not a great... I mean, it's an okay hand, to be honest. The worry that we always have with this matchup is we don't really want to get, like, completely dumpstered in the early game. I think I could resource the Caloran Beck and be pretty okay here. My interest is going like Jin, put an experience token on this Jedi Consular, and then maybe we can, you know, the only downside of this is we might be able to have deployed the, what's it called? The Caloran Beck. Ooh, okay, hold on. Now what do I want to do? Do I want to resource this Qui-Gon? I don't think so, but I will go Jin, exhaust the Gunji so they can't generate the Force here, which is almost going to guarantee us a really solid play next turn. So we're going to go Jin, exhaust the Gunji. Not a play that you normally would make on turn 2, but, you know, my opponent's going to have... Oh, wow, they got Yoda's lightsaber. Okay, never mind. This is going to work out better for them in this particular situation. So now my opponent's going to be able to knock out the Jedi Consular with their Gunji. I assume, at least. I would be scared to have that be left on the board. All right, let's go Ahsoka here. And then, I mean, I don't think we're actually in a great spot here. So Maz Kanata going to go away. Yeah, I don't feel like we're in a great spot at all. Protect the pod. Protect the pod to get rid of Ahsoka makes sense. We'll pass. We got a blue leader. Blue leader's good. We'll see what my opponent decides to do with the whether they go experience, because if they don't, I will just blue leader the Gunji here immediately. This game's really all about trying to survive. So it's all we want to do is try to survive. And that's a big, hefty amount of damage that we would be suffering every single turn. And if we don't do it immediately, then we're going to be in a spot where, okay, maybe my opponent can hit us for a lot of damage. I still don't like our position here in this game. Blue Ace... Yoda's lightsaber on turn 2 ended up being very, very strong in their situation. Let's go Queen Amidala. See what my opponent decides to do. Maybe knock out some spy tokens here. I can bounce the Amidala to try to play... like Jedi Consular. I don't think that's really worth it. Galen here. Oh, they're going to Galen name Queen Amidala, I'm guessing. Yeah. Do I care about that, though? I think what I do here is actually hit the Obi-Wan. And, you know, this is fine. If they attack the Queen Amidala, their units still get hit for 5. So even though she doesn't have the ability to keep herself alive, I don't mind them killing their own units to try to keep... Or to try to kill off the Queen Amidala. I'm okay with that. We're deploying Qui-Gon. We really just want to prevent the damage coming in. Really just want to prevent some damage here. Okay, Yoda is what we need to see. That's certainly the case. I mean, they're putting a lot of pressure on us. There's no doubt about that. Hoping to hit like an Obi-Wan here or something. Wow, okay. Okay. Exhaust a unit. I definitely like that. Obi-Wan. Good pickup for them. Do I bounce? No, I don't feel like I do. I think we go like this. Pass on the bouncing. Kill off the Galen. Pass. Resource the blue ace. This is a close game. Very close game. Oh, very close game. We can hit for 8 with Yoda. They could also have Yoda here, though. If they do, it reduces our Yoda to 6. We just need to survive, though. Really, we just need to survive. Yep. Okay, Yoda, heal. Kill off the ETH Koth. They can use the Force to get a resource, but that really doesn't matter a whole lot to us. Okay, they've got Yoda. They can hit something for 4, which is not a big deal. And then what? Oh, man. Maz Kanata wins, huh? Do they have a... I thought they had a Maz Kanata in hand still. I thought they had a Maz Kanata in hand. Maybe I should have just claimed. Yep, they did. I thought they did. So I should have claimed to try to hit Qui-Gon off the top, and I did hit it. So I would have potentially been able to win the game. Of course, the turn 2 Yoda's lightsaber really messed up my game plan. So really good stuff from them. Our whole Jedi Consular game plan completely got thrown out the window. I should have claimed, though, I as soon as I attacked, I was like, oh, wait, don't they have a Mozkan on a second one in hand? And sure enough, they did to hit for, well, the exact 9. We could have potentially killed the Caloran Beck and left the Yoda. I guess since they didn't have the Force, maybe that would have been worthwhile. Maybe I just misplayed that last turn. You know, I actually just think I should have just killed the Caloran Beck instead of killing the Yoda. I was thinking, oh, I kind of want to keep, you know, the Yoda off the battlefield, but they didn't have the Force. They could have been really bad. You know, like we might have lost still. With what would have happened, but like if I kill Caloran Beck there, let's say they have Shatterpoint, right? So they have Shatterpoint. They go through and they Shatterpoint and kill a unit and kill a second unit with Yoda. At least we're still in the game. We would have no Caloran Beck, no Yoda, but we would have Qui-Gon at that point. So maybe Qui-Gon can do something. Really, really close. The Caloran Beck on that prior turn was really tough to beat, to follow up with Yoda. But that last turn I played poorly. Okay, seems like a reasonable hand here in this game. Resource the blue leader. Night Sister Lair makes me think that I'm not going to have to deal with a whole lot of space units. Sure enough, we're going to go experience token here. We pass. Got another Jin. Honestly, I do like Jin Part 2. Maybe I can resource the Caloran back. I like having a lot of these cheaper plays available to me. Let's go ahead and just drop in the Qui-Gon here. Beguile, huh? All right. Seems reasonable. We got, okay. I very much like this hand now. Ahsoka's going to be good. Talzin's Assassin, sure. Nice little curve out for them, for sure. I mean, this is going to be a pretty good kind of 1-2 for them. Oh, so I guess I'll resource one of the Obi-Wans. We'll go Obi-Wan to protect. I know they could have the Force. They could have like a second Talzin's Assassin or like a Tyrannus. But I think that's okay. All right, I will hit the Treyas Acolyte here to generate the Force. And then what do I want to do? I guess I could bounce the Ahsoka to play Jin, or I could just play Jin. I think I'm just going to play Jin. So we'll go experience token on Jin. And then we'll pass. Blue Leader seems like it could be relevant here in this particular spot. Okay, they're going to get rid of the Ahsoka, which is okay. Let's go ahead and, I guess, attack in with Jin. You know, I'm feeling like we are reasonably ahead in this game. Barriss is going to be down. Qui-Gon doesn't really do a whole lot. We kind of mess with their hand. We've got Yoda coming down. I mean, my opponent could have a lot of different cards here, so we do have to be wary of that. I think I'm just going to keep Qui-Gon in the background for now. They're going to discard the Karis. So I think for now, I could... I probably should have kept the Max Rebo bounce so I could bounce the Amidala. I mean, let's go play Queen Amidala, huh? It's a great follow-up. And I will just bounce it. All right, Darth Vader, Xian Flurry. That's fine. Totally fine. It's really not that big of a deal. So we can go Max Rebo. Let's get rid of the shield token. Xian Flurry is good. That's certainly good. Let's go ahead and go Yoda, heal 5, hit 2 on the Darth Vader. Deploy Qui-Gon. Yeah, this works. This works for us. Pass. So now we've got the ability to bounce Yoda to trigger some stuff. I'd like that. They might have an answer to the Yoda, though. So I can bounce Yoda. Put Blue Leader into play. 2 damage. Hit. Then we can go Qui-Gon. Knock out Talzin's Assassin. Pass. Then we've got a Yoda to follow up with. Yeah, this is all coming up us, huh? Now we can heal 5 again, knock out Treyas Acolyte. We have another Xian Flurry. Wow, double Xian Flurry is incredible, by the way. All right, I'll let them choose where they want to put it. Hey, I mean, double Xian Flurry Darth Vader is an incredible hand, by the way. We were just dealing with one Yoda in our hand, and that's what we were able to do. But yeah, really good stuff from our opponent. Double Xian Flurry, double Vader. That's cool. Jam Communications taking nothing. Yep, that's nice. Let's go Caloran back. I guess I'll grab Depa. Then we can bounce the Caloran back, play out Jin, give an experience token over to Depa. This is really all because we would like to All because we would like to replay the Kellerin Beck next turn and kind of keep him alive. Kind of a grindy game, but I don't really feel how my opponent can win at this stage, huh? I feel like the game is pretty over. Tyrannus, that's fine. We're going to go Kellerin Beck. We can grab Ahsoka. That's a great pickup. There goes Shatterpoint, and they're going to concede. Yep. So that was the value engine that Qui-Gon brings along, and yeah, just good game, right? Double Shien Flurry Vader, and we still fought double Shien Flurry Vader, which is impressive. Nice, decent start from our opponent, but I mean, one Yoda. This is what one Yoda did, and then we found one Kellerin Beck. That's just kind of the strength of one Yoda. Just one Yoda in that stage of the game does all that work for the most part. It's crazy. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting one. I think I'm gonna resource these guys. You know, this is gonna be a very tricky matchup. The Max Rebo Band is something that I don't mind having. Gunji is 5 toughness, which is very... Ooh, okay. This is good. This is very good. I don't think Ahsoka is what we want to be doing in this matchup. I think Ahsoka is pretty weak here, but I will just straight up go Blue Leader here to knock out their unit. I know that they could use the action to go ahead and defeat this Blue Leader as a follow-up, but at least that uses up their action. And then we have another potential play in the ground arena or in the space arena with the Blue Ace. And then as long as we're able to survive to Yoda, we just win, right? That's the whole goal. As long as we're able to survive, that is our whole goal here. Let's go ahead and attack in for 2. We'll see what my opponent decides to do. R2, huh? They could have another pilot, I suppose. Ooh, a second Blue Ace, huh? I don't necessarily want to risk it. So let's just go ahead and attack into Millennium Falcon. If they have Chewbacca, like pilot, that's where this could go bad. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to go Blue Ace, huh? And my opponent could deploy themselves at Chewbacca, which is good. I mean, we still have to find an answer for that, right? Gotta be tough. Gonna be very tough. R2 was very, very strong there, to be honest. Just that ability to kill off Blue Ace means that we can't get the Max Rebo Band down this turn. Let's go ahead and hit their base for 2. We'll see if they defeat a resource to go ahead and kill off this Gunji. But we do have to find an answer to Chewbacca. This is where the game gets a little scary. Wow, they're just going to hit our Gunji here. Okay. I think I'm okay with that. Oh, interesting. I very much, very, very much like the Jin here. Let's just go Jin, exhaust the Chewie. And then we go Max Rebo Band, which will get us another resource. Just getting closer to the ability to knock out their units here. Red 5 is going to be good, but yeah, I really, really like what we got going on here. Let's go Blue Ace. We'll go ahead and trigger ambush, kill off that Red 5. Very solid stuff. So now they can go ahead and kill off the Blue Ace if they want. But we are now 1 turn away from Yodaing, and we also happen to have a quite excellent Qui-Gon deploy here, if we want it. Now let's deploy Qui-Gon. Going to be able to knock out Chewie. And again, I don't really care about Qui-Gon dying here. That is going to be okay. Wow, they're going to kill off a unit. That's okay with me too. Again, if we get to Yoda, there's no way we're losing this game, and it is coming down next turn. So good luck, opponent. Yeah, please ambush, please. There's no way they're winning the game like that. Yep, sure. Does not matter. That does not matter at all. Yep, we just claim here, and then we can keep all of our resources if we want. I kind of like blue leader based on what I'm seeing here. So now we just go Yoda, pay 1 credit, heal 5, kill off black 1. We can attack with Youngling Padawan, bounce the Yoda, play blue leader, trigger another Yoda, hit for 6 damage. I mean, guys, yeah, this game's over. Good game. All right, well, we get ourselves a rematch, so to say. I like Ahsoka. Blue leader's kind of weak. Let's go Jedi Consular. Hopefully they don't have Jedi Consular as well in turn 1. Their Jedi Consular is so much better than ours. They got Jin. We're gonna go experience tokens. So Jin for ourselves. You know, I actually don't mind Jin, but I think I just want to hit in for 1 here with the Jedi Consular. I don't mind having nothing to play here. We're just gonna claim. Ooh, okay. So what happens here? What do I do? I think this is a tricky one. We don't have a really great outcome here, huh? Yeah, I mean, this Jedi Consular's not really going to do a whole lot. I mean, I could Blade Wing, I suppose, and then they can do something as a follow-up, but they just knock out the Jedi Consular here, and then we're kind of sad next turn because we don't have the Force. Youngling Padawan would be great. Oh, they're not going to replay their Jedi Consular. All right. Depa is a good draw. Depa's a really good draw. I think we can get rid of one of the Blade Wings here. Let's go Queen Amidala. Queen Amidala is very nice. They can start knocking out some spy tokens here, which is exactly what they're going to do. Again, that's not really what this game's about. Yep, sure. We just really need to get rid of that Jedi Consular. That thing needs to die. We cannot have Yoda coming down this turn, following up with all sorts of nasty plays. We can bounce the Depa to play Ahsoka, which I think I will do. Let's go ahead and drop an Ahsoka in. Exhaust. Let's go ahead and exhaust the Typho. And then hit him with Blade Wing. Deploy Qui-Gon. I actually don't mind if Qui-Gon dies here. They got a Yoda. Sure. Put in Youngling Padawan. And then let's pass. Gorn, not exactly going to be all that relevant. This is going to be a Yoda game for sure. Yoda's going to kind of control what's going on in this game. So let's just go ahead and attack him with Youngling Padawan. Yep, they've got Yoda. I'm surprised they disclosed Yoda here. Out of all the cards you'd want to disclose, I think Yoda would be the last one you'd want to. Shatterpoint, huh? Okay, I think we go Ahsoka plus Gorn here. Just get rid of another card. Max Rebo's down. So now they can hit something for 4, which I guess maybe I shouldn't have played Gorn because of that. Yeah, this isn't too bad. Funnily enough. Let's just go ahead and trigger 4 damage. We attack into Yoda. Oh, I should not have done that. Mistake. We can go ahead and bounce the Yoda, though. Play Depa. 2 damage. Trigger ambush. Hit the Yoda. And then, wow, they're going to... Wow, okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. So now we just go Depa to knock out the Avar. And then we can play an Obi-Wan, which they can kill with Queen Amidala. That's fine. But we got some units. We got some units on the board. Now, here, Yoda is very good if they have Yoda here. Yoda is very good. All right, I mean, we're going to heal. So now Yoda does 4 damage if they have it. All right. They're going to Qui-Gon us. Max Rebo, not exactly all that great. Let's go ahead and hit their Queen Amidala here. Then we can go ahead and go bounce the Yoda. Go Queen Amidala. 6 damage to the Qui-Gon. Put Amidala on the top. Oh, fantastic. We can go Qui-Gon now. Yeah, now we're taking over the game. We are taking over now. Just a little too much value. Little too much value. Yoda, heal 5, knock out the blue leader. Another Typho. We'll just go ahead and knock that out. Is that the third one? That is the third Typho. So no more Typhos available. Now we can bounce the Queen Amidala. Knock out Max Rebo. Hit in for 2. Oh my gosh, we are all on all cylinders right here now, guys. It is game over. Yep. I know we couldn't use the Force here, but that's fine. We can go Kelleran Beq plus Obi-Wan. It does not matter. This is what I'm saying. The late game, like this matchup right here, as long as we're able to survive and at least get a relatively okay foothold in the mid to late game, we are going to win this game. The Yodas, the Kelleran Beqs, those are the cards that you want to see. Those are the cards that we had, and those are the cards that we use to dominate this game. I mean, the double trigger on Yoda is really the critical component of that. The fact that we can like bounce Yoda, put Queen Amidala in play, and then suddenly we can hit something for 6 is gross. Absolutely gross. All right, guys, we had a pretty good time. This deck's a pretty tricky one, I will say. We definitely had some misplays in, I think, well, really the one game was the critical misplay. Like, actually, we knew what they had in hand, and we just misplayed it. There are definitely different lines I could take in some of the games, but overall, I mean, we did pretty well regardless. And we didn't get to see Commandeer pop off all that much. The Chewie matchup is where Commandeer might have been pretty solid, but, you know, we just kind of dominated that game, not even close. The train of Kelleran Beqs, Yodas, Qui-Gons, Deppas is just incredible. We have a lot of the space ambushers, but we didn't get to see the relevance of those a whole lot. We did get to see Blue Ace and Blue Leader pop off against Chewie. We got to see a couple matches against Avar, a couple matches against Obi-Wan. I think we should have won both Obi-Wan. Like I said, I misplayed in that game. We did win against both Avars. I think that's just kind of a bad matchup for them. It's basically the same deck, but unless they have Jedi Consular turn 1, it is going to be very, very tough. Because then they can accelerate into, you know, Blue Leader turn 2, kill your unit, into, you know, maybe it's a Deppa on the following turn, into Kelleran Beq, and that's scary. That type of curve can just like completely dominate us. But we didn't have to fight that, and so we won. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is one of my favorite lists. Just the amount of options that you have, the amount of synergy that the deck has when you get to that late game, when you, oh, I'm going to play Yoda, I'm then going to get heal 5, hit something for 2 or hit something for 4, then bounce it, play Kelleran Beq, get an Ahsoka Tano, make you discard, then hit something for, you know, 6 or 4, because I've got 2 units on the board because I bounced Yoda. That is just some of the most ridiculous kind of 1-2 punch combinations that you can pull off, and whew, is it devastating. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all for the next one.